The Washington Post put this online, and people are freaking out about it. So I figured let's go ahead and break it down. The title is Trump officials preparing to deport some Ukrainians despite conscription fears. It talks about some Ukrainians that are here in the United States are being kicked out of the country. Now, if you just read the headlines, you think that all 100 plus thousand Ukrainians that came here after the war began are now going to be kicked out. That's not what's happening here. So if you are Ukrainian here in the United States, take a breather. Let me break this down because this really only pertains to about 80 people. The reason why we're seeing this is because the Trump administration is essentially going back to older cases and they're looking through and combing through. And if they find something that they think is something they could deport someone on, they're just grabbing that person and kicking them out. This is part of Trump's new mass deportations. And ultimately, they find something that just makes them go, you know what, this could be something, and then they go. Like, for example, one of the ones I give here is that someone was convicted of a crime years ago, and even though they turned their lives around, everything is fine. They haven't done anything wrong since then. They went to jail. They came out. It's all good. It's not a horrible crime, but it's still a crime. Under set agreements, that would have meant that this person should have been out. And so the Trump administration says, look, the judge had said you had to leave the country. You know, there was a little bit of a period. Now you're done. You're heading back. You've got some people that maybe overstayed their visas and now they've exhausted their last appeals. And now it's to the point to where it's like, all right, you've already appealed it for many years. It's done. It's time for you to go. And then there's another option in which there are people here that were told they had to leave, but they came from the Soviet Union at that time. And the United States was kind of pressuring Ukraine to take them when they said, this is not from us. This is from the Soviet Union. This is something else you have to deal with. Well, now the Trump administration is pretty much telling Ukraine, you're taking these people back. And because Ukraine is now trying their best to be on the good side with the United States, they're just saying, okay, we'll take these people back. And so now you're getting it to where, once again, we have 80 people that are now being taken back to Ukraine, some of which are men, which is where another issue comes in, because if they're within the age and they show up, yes, they could be sent to war, in which some people are not even getting the chance to kind of state their case before then being sent back to Poland, which then will be sent to Ukraine, which means they could be sent to war. And that's where this kind of weird gray area is at this time. But once again, if you are here under U4U, or you're here legally, or you came under asylum, you're fine. It's mostly for those who had, whether they be, removal orders or something like that in the past. So you're good for now. Take a breather. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on all the mass deportations because I know I read that headline too and got scared. So please do share my videos and follow me for more.